Hey, everyone. Into the bath. Let's go.
Whoa.
Yay, Dad. I'm excited.
Thanks for inviting us over,
Oh, yeah,
Ben.
bath party.
Yeah.
Yay.
Dad, you're not going to bring your friend this time, are you?
No, why would I bring him?
Because you bring him every time, and he makes us uncomfortable.
What do you guys have against Rick?
He's 500 pounds, Dad.
Rick, get in here. We got to settle this.
Hey guys.
Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Rick, these are the boys. Philip,
Hi, I
and
know you.
Geronimo.
Hey Phil, hey Jerron.
We call him Jerry.
I call him Jerron.
Okay.
You know, Rick, whenever you come over, you take up the entire bathtub, and then we can't have our special time together.
Now, Rick, how does that make you feel?
I like pizza.
Don't you two like pizza?
Yeah, I like pizza.
Yeah.
See, we
Yeah.
can get.
We're not so different.
You know, we're not so different, and I'm pretty sure all of us like. Welcome to Robot Sidekick, the show about anything and everything. I am JC Carlson. That's the first time I've ever introduced myself, actually. And with me, as always, is Brian Rudzinski. Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I've tried to introduce you a couple times. It hasn't worked out.
No.
I think there was once in which I did it
I
successfully.
usually go straight to you, and then it comes back to me eventually. Like, oh, don't forget about you. And I go, oh, yeah, hey. But that's not important. What's important are these two beautiful people sitting right in front of me. One of them with more hair than the other. We'll let you decide which one that is.
Yeah.
Going in different directions. One's got hair going in the back. One's coming right out the front.
Well, we have about the same amount of hair. Mine's just tied up.
And
mine's
mine
like...
is mostly body hair.
Yeah.
Like what you don't know about my beard, it's all constructed from body hair.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's nice.
I'm going to have them give their own introductions on who they are, but I want to let you know who they are.
Okay.
These two are improvisers. They are comedians. They are known as Jaws.
Yay!
Don't let that scare you, because they're actually very friendly.
We're Jaws, the improv group, and not the movie.
Exactly. So no copyrights,
But-
please.
Yeah.
Is that why you have a shrimp on your shirt?
This shirt was semi-clean, so I threw it on. And
Good choice.
Yeah,
Always a good choice.
yeah, not. But now feeling very nautical.
Yeah, you look nautical.
It's a nautical
The
team.
beard it helps.
Yeah.
And if you can't see him because you're listening, he has the world's most glorious beard.
Thanks.
Poseidon himself is beside himself. Wow, that was too much wordplay. Yeah. And
Yeah.
hi guys.
Hey, thanks for having
Now introduce
us.
yourselves, because I know about you two together, but individually there's so much more.
Dana, do you want to go first?
I'm Dana. I've been improvising for 5 years. I'm a fraud investigator.
Whoa!
I know.
You
I
want to
know.
plug the company?
No.
That's good.
No.
Yeah.
And then-
It's usually a bad idea.
It's a bank.
Does improv go into your daily work as well?
No, it doesn't. It should, because we have to make phone calls sometimes, but I get nervous on the phone, so I don't use any of my improv skills.
Is
at
it because
all.
you get nervous when you're being recorded?
It's
Well, don't think about that right
Yeah,
now.
no.
Don't think about that
it's
right
not
now.
that. It used to be that, like when I worked in a call center back in the day, but now it's because, like, on my team, we pretty much deny every fraud claim that comes to us, and then sometimes we have to call the people and tell them.
Ooh.
It's like, yeah, no.
All right.
So that's it. That's
So,
it.
and you're part of a lot of other groups, but we'll get into that
Yeah.
later. We have a section dedicated to that.
Okay.
Improv's not good for delivering bad news.
No. Or it could be the absolute best way to. And
My name is Jose Gonzalez. I teach and perform at the Torch Theater, and am also in a lot of different groups and projects and other things. And that's my life.
I mean, are you 100% just improv?
No. I try to explain it this way. Like, the Torch takes up about full-time hours as far as some of the organizational stuff and work that goes behind it. But that is not, because it's mostly a volunteer-run nonprofit. That means it's not a viable, money-making career choice. So I also
You guys are doing nonprofits wrong, then, because the nonprofits I know, I mean, they're cashing in right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully
and
that'll change.
I also write as a freelancer.
Cool.
Primarily as a contributor to Phoenix New Times, their Night and Day section. So yeah, that's what I
See,
do.
I've
I
read
learned
that.
something.
Yeah.
I've read that.
If I would have introduced you, it wouldn't have been that good. See?
Yeah.
I got to let everyone else do their own intros from now
Yeah.
on.
Jose and I are also on another team together.
Get
Oh, that's
out.
right.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what team?
Spearmint.
Experiment.
I
which
knew
is
that.
a
Yeah,
Herald
you
team.
did. You
I knew
did.
that.
So,
John.
Guys,
so you
I'm
got
joking.
Jaws, who have a lot of teeth, and you
Yeah.
got Spearmint, which is like my favorite
Gummy.
type of gum. so
Yeah.
it all connects.
And
Yeah.
so Spearmint, they're the Herald team.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you guys, I mean, you guys are long form. You guys don't. You can do Heralds if you wanted to. It would be hard with just you two.
What do you mean right now?
Yeah, let's do
Or
it.
in Jaws? Oh, want to do
Well,
a
we're
Herald?
gonna-
yeah.
We're
Should we do a
spring,
Herald?
All right,
we're
so-
gonna spring one on you
We're
right
gonna sit
now.
back. Go ahead, do a Herald.
You got 20 minutes.
I am. Is that how you start the invocation? I am.
Technically, you can, you start with it is, but you can start it however you want.
It is. So let's say it's Ducky. It is yellow.
It is. It's something you take in with you to the bathtub. Word talking.
It's the name of
Yeah.
a dinosaur in a cartoon.
Which is the saddest freaking
Oh
movie.
my god! Well, the first one. After that,
Yeah.
who knows?
So they keep making Land Before Time movies.
Yes.
Just like to just
They're
churn
like-
them out.
I remember hearing they did like the 20th one like about 10 years ago.
Which
so
is
I don't know what they're
crazy.
at now.
Yeah.
Wonder
That's-
how much Veggie Tales is at right now. Do you think they've surpassed
Veggie Tales?
Veggie Tales?
Is that like a like Jesus Tales?
Yeah.
Veggies?
But told it by vegetables.
Vegetables?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's,
Wait, is
It's
there an
two
actual
of
thing?
kids' favorite things is religion and vegetables.
Yeah.
Is there a thing called Veggie Tales that's just about religion? Is that like a religious saying of some sort?
no, I thought Veggie Tales was based on like Bible stuff.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Okay.
know. Okay, I don't know.
Well, then we're on the same page.
Yeah, good.
Way back in the day, I mean, you can probably look it up on YouTube. But there used to be a show called Superbook that was
Superbook.
it was like anime style animation, but it was all Bible stories.
Ooh.
And like
Oh.
I feel like I never really watched it because I think I don't know, there was other stuff to watch. But
Yeah,
I remember I would like see the commercials for it when I was like clicking through. When we had a clicker to use televisions wide. Yeah, it was dark time.
Oh,
Do you
man.
do you remember the MC Hammer cartoon?
Hammerman?
Or the New
Yes.
Kids? Yes.
Hammerman!
Yeah, the New Kids on the Block cartoon.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I didn't get that far into
Yeah.
80s cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess that's more 90s.
Yeah, Hammerman was barely animated. It was like
Yeah.
because most of it looked like it was basically I don't know, barely like someone.
It was like
moving
Speed
stuff
Racer.
around. Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. The animation was like pretty like clunky and weird.
It's
so.
like MC Hammer did it.
Oh, yeah. I think it's funny to look back at any old cartoons and you're just like, man, these were really
Yeah.
like not hard to watch, but like animation wise, it was like you see like little spots popping up,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like sometimes their skin is literally moving and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like, oh
There's
man,
there's something nice about that though versus like the new just all computer animated
Yeah.
everything like
Yeah.
like an actual like drawing animation is it's
Yeah.
always-
Fuck Pixar.
Yeah.
Excuse my
I,
language.
but I do love Pixar movies. I mean,
I don't. I so here's the
Oh,
thing.
do you have something against Pixar movies?
No. Okay. I don't know why I said that.
tell
but,
us.
Like
And also, what's your religious views?
nothing.
Okay, good.
I'm nothing.
Good. You're not a Pixar fan, that's for sure.
Well, okay. Listen. So I love drawing cartoons. I draw a lot of them, but I hate cartoons. I mean, I stopped. I watched them when I was a kid, but then once I hit some age, I'm like, no, I don't like these. And it's not. I used to think I was above them, but now I realize it's just. Anytime I see one, I'm like, I don't want to watch animation. I want to watch real people.
You
so
want to make animation.
what?
You want to make animation.
I just like drawing pictures. I'd like to do voices for animation, but I don't want to watch it.
Okay, let's test that for a
Yeah.
second. Give me a drunken young child.
Okay.
Perfect. All right.
so-
Yeah, I like it. You got it. All right. We'll call you.
That was perfect. Thank you. Oops.
Do you have anything against Pixar?
No, I like almost all of their movies except for the ones that are not good. I mean,
You can say Cars.
yeah. I was thinking Cars. I actually did dig Cars. It's just not as good as all of the other
Yeah.
Pixar movies.
I
first
haven't
Cars was
seen-
fine.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Cars movies. I still hate on it because I hear that it's not as good. But I went on the ride at Disneyland, and that was actually really fun.
didn't
So
know they had
it made me
one.
hate it less.
It's
Yeah.
in California Adventure.
Yeah.
They made the movie Planes, and that did not do well at all either.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Was that like the Pixar B team that did that?
Dane
Probably-
Cook
yeah,
was
Dane
the
Cook was-
main
Yeah,
voice
Really?
actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dane Cook is on the
Oddball.
Oddball comedy tour, which
Yeah.
is like
I want to go see because Jim Jeffries is going to be there.
That's interesting.
Which I want to know his take on, like Jim Jeffries, very successful stand-up comedian right now, and then kind of like, yeah, you're going to be performing with Dane Cook, and I wonder if he's like, shit.
Why does everyone hate Dane Cook? I think he's awesome. Have you seen Employee of the Month with Jessica Simpson?
He's,
I have not seen
this
it.
character
I
of the
have.
drunken little kid is spot on, Dana. Spot on.
I don't dislike Dane Cook. It's just really surprising considering like how big he blew up, and then
That was I didn't like his fans. Like he had that one, I think it was called Vicious Circle, where he was on the stage in like Madison Square Garden or something
Yeah.
with like 40,000 people watching him.
Mostly
And
women, yeah.
They every single thing he did, they laughed at. No matter like it was like the lead
Punch
up
a
to
tire
a
in the
joke.
face.
It was, yeah. And it was just
B&E.
like,
Yeah.
you should.
I actually saw him when he
tell
came
jokes.
into town. I think it was for that tour. And funny thing about that is we sat up in the third deck row at University of Phoenix Stadium, which is a hockey stadium, so it's not that big, first of all. And we were all the way up in the top. And then 10 minutes before the show, the two opening acts came on. They were hilarious. Really liked them. And I think one of them is pretty successful now. I just can't remember who it is. But they didn't fill the seats all that well. And so we got told, hey, everyone in this section, we're going to need you to fill the seats down there
Wow.
to make it look more full. And I was like, this is awesome. And we go
Yeah.
down and sit down there. And then apparently he had some stuff to say about that. He was like pissed off about it and
Wow.
everything. And he didn't do. I mean, it was a good show and everything, but he did not do as well as his opening acts. Which,
Yeah.
kind of gave a bad taste in my mouth.
yeah, it's
Ugh.
really interesting because I don't think he necessarily needs to do stand up like money wise, and definitely not because like touring is grueling.
Yeah,
so,
very grueling.
But I'm guessing some of this might be like post. What is that movie that I just forgot?
Employee of the
Month.
It's like a good background movie.
I have.
He was
I-
also in
what's the-
Chuck, Lucky Chuck. What was it?
Yeah, Good Luck Chuck.
Good Luck
Yeah,
Chuck.
Good
The
Good
one-
luck, Chuck.
It's
That
the
was
one where
with,
he would
Jessica
sleep.
Alba.
He would sleep with a woman, and the next person they would date, they would marry every time.
Yeah, he'd fall in love and
that
get
was
married.
that
too.
was the
Wow.
premise of this movie.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was.
I had Comedy Central, so I watched that pretty often.
like against your will.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it's on.
It's like it's
Alright.
on. Geez. Dane Cook. This
It's
will
also
be.
got
oh.
what's his name? Not Josh Gad.
The ping pong ball
ping
movie
pong.
guy.
Yeah.
Balls of Fury.
There you go.
Balls of Fury.
That's his name.
His name is Balls of Fury.
Oh, okay.
I can never remember his name. He's actually in the new Harry Potter movie coming out. The,
What?
The mythical beast and where to find him.
Is it like
He's-
a prequel?
Yeah, much prequel. It's
Yeah,
in
it's
the
in like the
20s.
20s in America.
Oh my god, that sounds so interesting.
It's so crazy how like Harry Potter mania is like back again.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
It's
in
just
a
like
big way.
Pokemon. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
There's actually a lot of controversy right now. This is probably a week before, but because this is when the the podcast airs. But they just released a new book about post Hogwarts and Harry grown up and everything, and they released the book, and people are pissed because all the book is the screenplay for the Broadway show that has come out.
But
And
that's
it's
all
literally
they ever
it's-
said that
yeah,
it
and
was.
that's
Yeah,
what they've
yeah.
been saying. Like, we're going to release the script as a book, and people are like, "New book, yeah!" Then they got it, and they're like, "What? These are stage directions?
Yeah,
What?
weird.
Like, they're putting
So
who's
weird.
talking." So it's not. It's going to be a bestseller, but it's getting very bad reviews because of it.
Wow, real
Yeah.
weird. Because like my wife Nina just got into Harry Potter, and then, like seriously, in the past like 3 weeks, she started reading them and watching the movies. Like had never really had much of an interest before, or maybe some passing interest, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
you couldn't have
It's.
ignored
I mean,
it 10 years ago.
they built a Disneyland for
Yeah.
it, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And she's excited about this quote unquote book, but she was fully aware that it's just the script to to the play that is now on in London.
In London, yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
so-
and I think they released it the day it opened, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like giving any spoilers, which is still kind of interesting. You think maybe a year after it's been
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
but
Like you'd think that. I mean, I guess it'll tour and people will still go see it, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
it has 2 parts, which is also weird. It's a 2-part play, so you have to see one part and then wait to go see the second. Like they
Nope,
they
nope.
did it with the movie, and they're like, I bet we could do this with a live show.
Yep.
God, that's so weird.
it's like Late Night Catechisms 1, 2, and 3. If you're familiar with those shows, which nobody is.
No.
So Late Night Catechism is like a. They do it at the Scottsdale Center for Performing Arts, and they used to do it like every weekend.
Oh, the old lady nun.
Nun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a show where a nun, and it's like it has. I think it's somewhat scripted, but also somewhat improvised because she also takes questions about like whatever people want to ask about from the audience, and she improvises answers in character. And so there's Late Night Catechism, and it's meant to be kind of like a fun late night show. But it's Scottsdale Center for Performing Arts. It just took off and it was like every weekend. And like the person who created the Late Night Catechism, the first one, also was like, also here's part 2 and part 3. And
my God.
Wow.
so for a
Awesome.
while, yeah, they were like they would have a weekend or weekends where they would just like have 2 of the 3 shows going at in one weekend.
That's insane. They also have shows that have different endings, and like the crowd can vote on which ending they want to see.
Wow.
And I've also heard of some in LA where you go to a mansion and it's almost like a dinner theater thing, and they act out this whole play, but the whole point of it is it's not happening in one place, it's happening in all these other places, so you have to follow certain characters in order to find out what went on in that point of view and everything. So that always sounded interesting to me.
It's like
Yeah.
that episode of Saved by the Bell where they go to the mystery.
Exactly.
You are you joking or you remember? This?
No, I've never seen Saved by the Bell.
You've
You
never
wait.
seen Saved by
I
the
mean,
Bell?
I know Saved by the
Okay.
Bell.
Okay.
I think that was on like
Because we were about to stop recording. And make
I
okay,
know.
everyone.
Just about to.
It was on Nick at Night.
about to
when I
just
was a
sing
kid,
the,
yeah.
Oh,
the theme song.
No, it wasn't on Nick at Night.
Okay, wait. What are your ages?
27.
28.
Wow.
Okay, that's why.
I'm
Actually,
38.
it's not. I'm 32.
Oh, well, see.
So like I'm a whole. So technically, I feel like people are like, "Oh, 10 years, that's a generation." I feel like now things move so quickly that like
It's almost
5
2.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. Because although we were born in the 80s, we grew up in the 90s as kids. So we're considered 90s kids in a way. But
Yeah.
even still, I don't know.
We were shaped by the 2000s.
Yeah,
though.
really. We were pubescent in the 2000s.
Yeah.
We were watching Cisco and having our bodies change at the
Oh,
same time. Going,
wow.
"Oh, look at all those butts and thongs.
Yeah. It was
Jeepers.
99.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That sounds about right.
So in New York, there's a like this really immersive theater show called Sleep No More, which is similar to what you were talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
in
yeah.
LA. And then that's been running now for I feel like 4 or 5 years. But in Santa Fe, there's a thing called Meow Wolf,
Ooh.
which is a whole like art and theater installation, and I can't remember what the collective that put it together is called Meow Wolf. The actual installation is called like the House of the Rising something. It's not House of the Rising Sun. 'cause
House of
that'd
the
be
Rising Buns.
Yeah, I'm sure it's some variation that's fun and clever. But I've heard amazing things about that, yet have not seen it. So
That'd
I'm
be
excited
cool.
to
There's gotta
eventually
be a
go to
burger
Santa
place
Fe.
that uses
Santa Fe. We should open up a restaurant in Santa Fe.
called House of the Rising
There's
Buns.
There's a good.
It was a rent.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Brian, watch movies or
Rent.
shows.
I've seen Rent,
Well, then you should know
Oh.
I'm quoting
Have
a
you,
song.
have you seen the movie or have you seen the stage play?
the movie.
Yeah.
Wait, what
okay.
were you quoting?
Rent?
What
The
quote?
song Santa Fe. Let's open up a restaurant in Santa Fe.
Oh, that's what they say?
Sunny Santa Fe would be nice.
Man,
Okay.
it's so crazy how dated Rent is.
Isn't
now.
I
Yeah.
showed that to my wife Jessica the other day because I was playing a musical thing. She's like, "How do you know all these songs?" I was like, "You don't know Rent?" And Rent was like at the time such a big cultural impact because
Totally.
of the whole AIDS thing happening, which thank God that's over.
Yeah.
And but I mean, and I told her the story of how like the director also had AIDS and died the night it opened.
Right, yeah.
On Broadway.
So never knew how big of an impact it was going to have, and even
I
still,
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is
Jonathan
pretty.
Larson, I think
yeah,
is his name, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Man, yeah, that's crazy. Like, it's funny though because I've thought about like, man, when because Hamilton is huge right now, obviously.
Yeah, and
like,
that's what I was
last
comparing it
time?
to.
Yeah.
Because it was the first time to take mainstream music, which was like grunge rock and kind of this, bohemian style that was the 90s, and like just turn it into a musical in it. Yeah, and we were just talking about Hamilton today and kind of debating on what do you think is having a bigger impact, the hip hop culture being introduced into the musical culture, or the musical culture being introduced not introduced, but being subjected and subjected sounds like look at this, but
Yeah.
but just they're getting a taste of pop and hip hop and everything like that.
And
Your thoughts?
yeah, no, I think
Both are very valid points.
Beyonce was on the cutting edge of this when she portrayed. There's a musical, a musical that MTV produced with
Proud
Beyonce.
Family.
I don't
No.
think that's
No, that was Disney Channel.
And
She
that was a
decided
Oh my
that-
god.
and that was a cartoon.
That was a cartoon.
That was cartoon.
Yeah.
Sorry, animated. Huh?
no, there.
Dreamgirls?
Oh no, Carmen. Like in
Oh my
version.
God.
Yeah.
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 I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either, but Beyonce was in it.
She was also in Dreamgirls, wasn't she?
She was also in Austin Powers.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna.
Oh wait, which one?
Like, I think
the
the
one
third
Foxy
one?
Cleopatra.
third one
Yeah.
with
She
gold.
was-
With gold.
yeah,
member?
Goldfinger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Goldfinger.
Gold-
Or, yeah, Gold member. Goldfinger's the actual
don't know.
Bond one. That's why.
Well, you know what I love?
Yeah?
I love Newsies.
Yeah,
And
we've talked. No, we
Have
didn't
we?
talk. But you posted this on Facebook.
yeah.
And it was like right when we became Facebook friends. You posted something about Newsies. It was like, yeah,
Really?
And I was so excited.
Are you a Newsies movie person or a musical or both?
I haven't seen the musical on stage, even though it was just here last year
Yeah.
at the GAM.
Yeah.
But I only saw the movie probably about a year or two ago because I don't remember why, but like young Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Does,
it
really
was-
does something for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we were talking about because Jessica's a huge Christian Bale fan.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what else has he done? And we like looked up some stuff, and then it was like top 10 Christian Bale's movies, and then one of them was Newsies, and I was like, wait, I know Newsies. Like, what? He was in Newsies, and then we went and watched it, and I loved it so much.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the musical is like anytime something like that comes out, like a new Blair Witch or whatever, I get really pissed off. Like, no, don't change my memories for me. But then I started listening to the music, and then I went and saw it at Gamage, and oh man,
Is it better than the movie?
it's
very similar because I've listened to the soundtrack.
yeah, it's similar. Yeah.
And I don't think there's many differences as far as the songs go.
No, it's just there's a lot of extra amazingness, and it's just one of those
And they-
things that makes you cry.
They put a female as a main role. Oh, that
yeah,
Disney.
I know.
Cheapers.
And I didn't like the female lady girl in the movie. Like, she was pointless.
The female
Which
lady
one?
girl.
The love interest?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, because I know, at least in the Broadway soundtrack, the reporters actually played by female, which I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's
I like
cool.
that.
I like that.
Yeah. Women can write.
It turns out.
Turns out. It's funny though because we were talking pre-podcast recording
yeah.
about how like just watching movies that you loved as a kid and then realizing like, oh, it's not as great as I remember it.
Yeah. Super Mario, the Super Mario movie.
Whoa, with John, what's his face?
Leguizamo.
Yeah.
John
Oh,
Leguizamo
yeah.
and Robert Haskins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I was just like, "Oh, look how
Yeah.
costumey and fun it was," and then I watched it again. And I was just
Mario.
I watched it. and I was like, "Oh my god, this is bad! Like,
Yeah.
it's so bad."
I never saw it, but I don't know. For some reason, it was just I don't watch a lot of movies anyways, and I was definitely not going to put the
Yeah.
effort
Yeah, I
into
think
it
that
to
was
go
good.
see that.
I think you showed me that one. Like, that's when we rewatched it. I had never
Yeah.
seen it, and I was like, "There's a Mario Brothers movie? What?" Like,
It's so off and
no-
so bad.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
yeah, it's so bad.
That was back when movies were good.
Yeah.
or they gave like, I don't know, that was a
Practical
90s
effects
movie.
and, yeah.
I don't know, like 90s movies, like that's the kind of movie you would see as a preview on a VHS.
Yeah,
The-
exactly.
And those, oh god.
Previews on VHS.
I
remember
know.
those?
It's so
Man.
funny that like movies that are great and amazing now, like 20, 30 years ago, people are going to be like, God, that sucked.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because
Yeah.
if you even look at like even really great movies from the 60s, 50s and 60s, like the way that they act is so like
It's
Yeah.
so different.
it's so different. And
Even
like,
the 80s. I mean, it got. I think by the time it hit like 60s, 70s, I think they kind of got it. Like,
Yeah.
hey, we should just act normal in these things.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, I think part of the thing was that they were like most actors had like stage training.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
it was like very much like stage actors who happened to be filmed.
or they came
doing-
from
Yep.
silent film. They're just so
Yeah.
expressive.
Yeah, like
and-
early talkies had like
Talkies.
they had real like what I don't even know. It was like an accent, like a movie
Yeah.
accent that they spoke in. And you're
what
just
they
like,
call?
why?
What did they call colored films?
Cullies.
Colors.
Cullies?
Cullies.
Colors. The color. It's just the cutest name for these things.
You know what movie though stands the test of time?
Let me guess. Hold on.
Mhm. We should all
I
have a
no,
guess.
I have an.
All right, so
It's not one of the movies we were talking about earlier.
huddle up, guys. Huddle up.
Okay.
Okay. So it's Dana. We got to remember that. So it's probably a scary movie.
Oh, I have my own movie that I think stands the test of time, but we're gonna
For
guess
her.
Dana's.
Yeah, we're gonna guess Dana's first.
Okay.
Because I mean, she loves scary movies, obviously.
Scary.
So
It's not a scary movie.
All right.
But we should just
I'm just gonna
cancel
say
those
Clueless.
out. Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, that actually does, but that's not what I was going to say. That's a
Dang
good
it.
one.
How old is this movie? Can we-
It's from like 94, 95.
well, that throws mine out of it.
The Power Rangers movie.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, Brian, you're all that's left. Come on.
You're our only hope.
For the guys, let's do it.
My guess was gonna be E.T., but that's not.
Oh, that's like 10
There's-
years,
I know.
20 years prior.
It was like early 80s.
No, Speed.
Speed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh.
Keanu.
I
Yeah.
forgot you really like Speed.
So okay, here's the story. So when I was a kid, we my parents were like, "Hey, let's all watch the movie Speed." We had a bunch of kids over, like, let's show them this R-rated movie. And so we ate a bunch of candy beforehand, and then we watched the movie and we all loved it. We were like 10 years old, and then I went to sleep and I got really sick and I threw up. I think that's an important part of the story. I'm not sure. I tend to go on tangents. But anyway, right before I threw up, I had a dream about the part in the movie where they're on the bus and the guys,
Which was most of the movie.
which is most of the movie. You're
Okay.
right. But the guys at the airport are fixing like the surveillance, so it goes in a
loop, yeah.
a loop.
So it
thank
looks
you.
like it's
Yeah.
constantly driving when it's not.
Yeah, and then there's one part in that where the bad guy is watching it, and then the lady's purse is on her lap, and then it's on the floor, and then it's on her lap. That scared the crap out of me.
Because you
and I had-
realize you're like, oh no,
yeah,
no.
yeah. So I don't know. Then I threw up.
That was the same lady that didn't like want to jump across to that other vehicle, right? And then he like blew up the door.
That was a different. You mean the lady who fell out of the bus and wasn't on the bus anymore because
Yeah.
she died? That's a different lady.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that was a horrible
bad.
situation. Yeah. What's your classic movie?
I was gonna say Bring It On. I think Bring It On
yes.
holds up
Yes.
really well.
another
good
good one
one.
where they kind of make fun of their own genre of teen movie, but they still do the movie well.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
like Pitch Perfect. I don't know if you guys seen Pitch
That's a
Perfect.
good one.
I'm not.
That's a good one.
I've heard good things about Pitch Perfect. Yeah, I love Bring It On. I like it. Just holds up well. There's some stuff that I'm like seeing like that's starting to age a little bit. Like you
Yeah.
can't just have straight up, even if it's to indicate like, oh, these guys are jerks. You can't. I feel like you can't have like straight up homophobic
Yeah.
weird
Well, yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
oh,
Like
that's
really
right.
weird
Yeah.
stuff.
That's changed a lot, even just in like the
Well,
last 5 years.
Yeah,
Like-
we were watching Stranger Things, and there was just a part where they referenced a kid being a queer, and we're sitting there like, I can't believe they put this in. Or do they not? And I was like, but I'm thinking about it. I was like, well, this is supposed to take place in the 80s, so
Yeah.
that was like, that's what you called people.
They
to
they
make
toned
fun
it
of
down
them.
a lot, even like.
Yeah, I know, but it was just like when we heard it, we were just like, good God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, man. I tried to watch. I different times I tried to watch Eddie Murphy's Raw and Eddie Murphy's Delirious, like in
Oh,
the past
man.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And there's like when, especially the first. I can't remember which came first, but you watch it and you're like, oh man, he's so amazing. Like you understand like what the big deal about Eddie Murphy was so early in his career, and then you get to the part where he's just like bashing gay men, and you're just like, holy
like,
cow!
ew.
You're like, how is this?
And everybody's laughing their
Everybody's
asses
laughing.
Yeah.
It's so, and it's
Like,
like
even the gay men in the audience
Yeah.
are like, ha ha, ha,
oh,
this will
man.
change.
I was at Bookman's the other day. I was looking through like the vinyls, and in the comedy section there were a bunch of Bill Cosby records.
that's
And I was
weird.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, but
People are just
everybody's
throwing these away.
Hey, I liked the the Cosby Show,
Yeah.
and what was the kids show?
The Wizard of Oz.
No,
Kids say the darndest
Yeah,
Kids say
Kids
the
say
darndest
things.
things. And
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
they revived that in a way but it's with Steve Harvey now. It's
Oh.
like Amazing Kids and Things They Do or something.
I don't give a crap about Amazing Kids. I like stupid kids.
There was literally this little kid, he was like maybe 3 years old, and they set up the smallest little obstacles course, and they did like the Ninja Warrior thing, and he's literally just like walking on a sidewalk, like he's balancing, and he lands it, and then everyone cheers, and he's like, yeah, I got it. Like this, he's doing monkey bars, but he's just walking while touching the bars, and he finished it, and he goes, "Ugh," and everyone's cheering him on.
There's
It's
an
cute.
Adult Swim video that just came out today, which probably didn't. Some people saw it, but some people didn't. Which I'm going to now explain what it is. It was a mini like American Ninja Warrior.
Was it the rapping one?
Yeah, where they have to
Yes!
rap while they're doing that,
Oh,
like
really?
while being blindfolded on the
Like on a
balancing
trapeze,
beam
bouncing
thing,
beam.
and into a pool of water. But then also there was like a American Gladiator
Just
style
came
guy, with
and they're
a-
blindfolded, so they're
Yeah.
sitting there like trying to rap, and
Yeah.
then they're just beating the heck
And
out.
it's
Oh,
like,
man.
it's like, so Danny Brown, it's like, I expect him to be an Adult Swim, and then Open Mike Eagle is Open Mike Eagle is a rapper who like has ties to the comedy community, but like I was totally very excited that ASAP Rocky was one of them, because it's like, I don't think of him as being game for just like the stupid dumb
Yeah.
things that Eric Andre would
And
do.
then and then you see like Hannibal Buress there, just like laughing at him and
Yeah.
like calling them idiots and stuff. Yeah, I saw that clip. That was funny. Movies that stand the test of time, Brian. What do you
Yeah.
got?
Yeah, Brian.
I've been trying to think of one. All I
know.
can think of is one that probably does not stand the test of time at all, but I will always like it, and that's Euro Trip.
Oh my God,
Love
that's
Euro Trip.
the bloopers or the gag reel or whatever, where the guy's doing
Yes.
the. I love that. And that's with all the penises, right? In that movie, the penis.
You
beach?
might-
Yeah,
was
the
that
beach,
same
and
one?
they're
Yeah.
Mike, they're just like running.
I was
Like,
like, 'cause
Yeah.
there's a movie called Sex Drive where they made a director's cut, but they intentionally just put scenes that weren't even meant to be in the movie of just guys naked
Oh,
running
really?
and stuff like that.
yeah,
Just
like
God.
I think like the DVD automatically plays that version if you don't.
yeah,
pick
something
So,
else.
if
So,
you buy
like-
the unrated DVD version,
Yeah.
it just there's just scenes in there, and you're just like.
There's just like a naked dude standing there.
Yeah,
you're
it's
like,
just, like they're in a scene, and then he just walks behind everyone, and just stands there during the scene, and then he walks away. You're like, what is happening?
or like everybody, they'll like use the take where everybody just like busts out laughing and just
and then just go
cut
into
cut
the
into the
actual
next
take they
scene. And
use.
you're just like,
Oh,
wait, what's going
that's
on?
weird.
Yeah,
it
It's
was
kind of like
interesting.
Fight Club, but with Fight Club had a penis flashing, right? At the end,
Yeah, at
was
At least
there a
once,
penis?
yeah,
Yeah.
at least one.
probably.
Oh,
I hope.
Which was a reference
I'm the only one who
to-
remembers that.
to what the Tyler Durden character supposedly did.
Yeah,
What did he do?
which
I forgot.
he edited. He spliced in a couple frames of porn in movies because he was a projectionist.
Yeah.
I was a
Okay.
projectionist, and I never did that.
Why not?
God, that
'cause
seems like
have
a
you
big
tried to-
waste of time.
Have you ever tried to find 35 millimeter porn?
Yeah, it's hard.
It's not
So-
easy.
Funny
Don't
thing-
underestimate my internet searching.
So funny thing
capabilities.
about, because we were talking about Pixar, but there was a child's movie that came out recently. Was it Pets? Secret Life of Pets, where they
yeah,
took,
I think so.
they took the preview of that new movie.
No,
by-
it was Finding Dory.
Finding Dory. They took the trailer for that new movie coming out called Sausage Party.
Oh yeah.
Seth
And
Rogen
it was
movie.
Seth Rogen, where like it's the foods that are, it's a rated R animated thing about foods, and they put that in a
As a
Finding
trailer.
Dory trailer,
Really?
and
like it's the part where like they throw like the carrots in her mouth and they're like, "We're dying!
yeah, and
Why
then-
would you eat?"
And then they're saying like, "What the fuck?" It's like and all
Oh,
that
man.
stuff. So someone did that, and I'm sure they got fired.
It was a joke.
It was a mistake. My mistake. Oh
I-
no.
We used to do like we had actually film when I was working there, and we'd have like there were 3 platters, and we have 2 movies on them. We'd split them between the day. Sometimes we
die.
put between the die. We put like a kids movie and like definitely not a kids movie, and every once in a while somebody would start the wrong one, and people would be very upset.
Like, what were you? Was it like at a school or like what was it like?
No,
what?
just at movie theater. Like yeah,
I didn't catch that.
yeah.
He was a projectionist at a movie theater.
Okay.
He was a freelance projectionist
Yeah.
who just kind of showed up
Just
wherever.
like,
I can't
You
get
need
this
somebody to thread
Scantron to
this,
work. I'm coming in.
I for like a week when I was a lot younger, I worked at Backpage, which I thought it was owned by New Times. I don't know.
It is,
It's
yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
It's like Craigslist. But anyway,
This is coming from an esteemed writer.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
this guy. Oh, okay.
He confirmed.
That's
it
right.
is.
So, duh. Okay, anyway. So, it was like back when Backpage was first starting, so we had to put like fake like personal ads online to get people to like see them and stuff. And so like we would look up pictures, like naughty pictures, and put them on there. And then because I worked with all guys, and so anytime someone left their computer unlocked, they would put porn on the computer, and they did it to me. I'm like, yes, I'm one of the guys.
Hey, gang.
And I was fired. 'cause I
Classic
slept.
Frank putting
Yeah.
porn on someone's
Yeah, got
computer.
me.
That's
as opposed to like
it's happened on this computer a couple times. So,
What? What are you talking about?
What?
Movies that stand the test of time for me. I was
Yeah.
going to say Little Shop of Horrors.
oh,
because
it's so good.
anytime I watch it now, I'm still just like, and it's the practical effects thing, I think,
Yeah.
and they built the entire city as like a stage and
yeah.
everything.
It also benefits from being set in like the late 50s, early 60s. I mean,
Where everything
so,
is
yeah.
very like,
Yeah.
yeah. But I was either going to say that or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
the first one.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
I,
in
was
like
saying,
10
I feel like
years.
if I watched it now, it would seem real dated.
It probably does feel dated, but every time I do watch it, I just think how amazing their suits are.
Yeah.
And because they were actually men in suits that had animatronics for the face and everything. And it just blows me away every time I'm
Yeah.
watching it. And I'm like, we can't do that now for some reason. It's just like how people say, like, yeah, we can't go to the moon because we don't have the technology for it. It's just like, but we went on the
did.
moon.
Yeah.
Why can't we go back?
Go ninja,
Which
go
re-
ninja,
ninja
go.
go.
Go ninja, go ninja.
Which really,
That's
the only
cheap,
reason
right?
why we haven't gone back to it because there's no reason to go back to
I
the
don't give a
moon.
fuck about the moon.
Yeah, like we've been there, done that.
Who cares? I don't
Well,
care.
Newt Gingrich really wants to go back to the moon.
He
Like that
misses,
was
yeah.
one of his like platforms. Like,
He was definitely
4
trying to
years
just
ago.
like, yeah, be like, come on, let's go to the moon again, guys. Huh?
Yeah.
America.
I'm with it. Like I don't know. I want to go back to the moon.
I'm all for,
I'm all for
anything
any,
space.
Yeah, anything that's
Like-
increasing the whole space. I want it's not race anymore because we won. But just like,
Okay.
yeah.
When I was in this is again a random story that has nothing to do with anything.
Good.
When I was in elementary school, my teacher was like obsessed with the Challenger disaster, and so we learned a song about the Challenger.
And when was this?
Oh, like in the 90s.
No, I know when
94.
Challenger happened.
Oh,
but-
Challenger, like 84?
No,
No,
86.
was it?
86.
Oh, I thought I was alive for Challenger.
Nope.
It was what?
I wasn't alive for Challenger. Never mind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was another like one of those when we were in elementary school, wasn't there?
Columbia.
Yeah. They didn't have a school
Yeah.
teacher on board, though, and
No.
they didn't live
Yeah, so-
broadcast it to all the schools.
Yeah, so it wasn't as important.
Yeah. The Challenger kind of put a kibosh on live
Yeah.
broadcasting.
Yeah,
of-
maybe we should. But I mean, I think they still did that for the Columbia, though, didn't they? It wasn't a teacher, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, like with the Challenger, because there was like the push because there was a school teacher. They literally like wheeled
Yeah.
TVs into like classrooms
Yeah.
nationwide, and like so like everybody who went to school and was in like that grade period witnessed something horrific.
I think it would. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say this, but it kind of would have been exciting, like sitting in my second grade class with the TV. I'm that kind of person.
The closest
Yeah.
thing that I can think of to that was when 9/11 happened. Like,
Yeah, I guess.
which-
I guess that wasn't. That
and
was scary.
I mean, it was terrifying. But
Yeah.
like
We were
I
in junior
remember-
high school.
Yeah, I
so-
remember we like
relevant to
didn't do
us.
anything.
yeah.
We were sitting in class and they're just like, we're gonna watch this because this is important. This
Yeah.
is what's
Yeah.
happening right now.
Yeah, I was working at Glendale Community College at the time, and wow, yeah, I just remember just like waking up because I woke up. I didn't have to go into work until like noon, so I don't wake up till like I think till like about 9, and like it was just plastered all over the news because it had just happened.
God, yeah.
At 9, so yeah, because that was 9:00 Arizona time, which
Yeah.
was probably like 3 hours behind New York. So yeah, there was that was plastered all over. Like there was almost no way to avoid that. Anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So when they closed down airports for like 2 weeks afterwards
And
or something,
yeah.
I think I don't think they were like, hey kids, like, haha, look at this is fun. But it's
Yeah.
more just like, hey, we need to have this on because
Yep.
This is
something
what's
else could happen,
happening.
and
It's
we
like,
need to we need to know if something else is going to happen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, what we're going to teach you today has nothing, like nowhere near as important
Yeah.
as this.
Yeah, I
That
just
was a
remember.
wasted day, yeah.
Yeah, because I worked in the a computer lab where we had like language programs for students who were learning English as a second language, and they would come in on their own time and try to learn English even better than they were already speaking it. And I just remember like it felt pointless to be at work because it's like I can't concentrate on anything, and like it's very somber, and you know it just seems like, well, what's going to happen next?
Now, being in junior high, I remember being a little shit and singing "Blame Canada" because I was into.
Jesus, Brian.
From the
You were
well, you
probably,
have to remember that was only 2 years earlier
Yeah.
that had
Yeah.
come out. The
South Park movie.
yeah, South
Yep.
Park, bigger, longer, uncut.
Yeah. There was a lot of weird people pointing the blame at weird places. I don't know. I mean, this isn't like a happy story to tell, but there was one kid who came in. And he rounded up a group of friends. He's like, "Guys, I know who did it. I know who did it." What? And then they were like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Yeah, my dad told me." And I was like, "Oh, this can't be good." And he gets all the kids around, and he goes, "It was the Jews." And
Oh my
as
God.
soon as he said that, the one Jewish kid that was the biggest kid of the group just clocked
Decked
him,
him.
and I was, and that was the end of that. And we were all just like, "Yep, yep."
That was-
that was okay. We're okay with that.
Oh my god!
Wow, that's crazy. That because the first part of that story sounds like a 90s
Like a start of a
adventure.
Goonies,
yeah,
yeah.
a Goonies style movie where they're like, "Hey guys, I know what
Yeah.
started this whole thing."
It was aliens. What? I'm telling you, they're in my backyard right now.
and he was the kid who grew up to be in SEAL Team 6.
Ooh.
Oh.
Bring
You guys
it
ever
back
seen
around.
Was it Mystery Team? Is it
Yes.
the one with Donald Glover?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and they're the kid detectives. That's a good one.
Yeah, we were actually
Just to change the subject to something
Yeah.
a little brighter.
Is something brighter? Is there anything brighter than September 11th
Yeah,
stories?
right, jeez.
No, they were.
Hey, if you bring up Challenger, I'm going to bring up 9/11. This is going to happen.
If you give a mouse a cookie, it gets to this point eventually.
DC Person was in town to promote Mystery Team, and we connected, and we ostensibly tried to help them promote it. I think we mostly told a few. I mean, they were nice enough to show up. This was back when the Torch was doing shows at Space 55 in downtown Phoenix. Mostly late night shows, 10:30 p.m. and later. And we ended up having a really small audience, seriously like 5 people or less. And so we have DC Pearson show up to plug this movie that was at the time showing at Harkins, the one on Mill, whatever it's Valley
Valley Art.
Art Theater, because it was there for the weekend. And I mean, he was very nice, and I had met him previously through the Del Close Marathon at UCB New York.
Nice.
And then that weekend also Dominic Dierkes, I think is his name, who's one of the guys behind Mystery Team, Derek Comedy. He showed up to one of the other shows that we had that weekend also to like a tiny audience, and but they were perfectly nice and
That's
really
cool.
great. So
That's awesome.
yeah, but it's a fun film to watch for sure.
I think it'd be fun to start our own mystery team, the 4 of us.
You have
four
the
of us.
perfect voice for it. I don't
Yeah.
know if maybe it should be an animated film. 'Cause
Yeah, mystery team to the extreme.
I mean, yeah, there's something fun about mysteries and kids solving them.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag Stranger Things. Yeah, well, I mean, what would
Watch
we
it,
what would
guys.
we
Watch
what would
it.
be our like niche? What would we investigate?
we would investigate.
I think like maybe environmental
Ooh.
like things, and it turns out that it was just like some creepy corporate goon who
Yeah.
perpetrated some awful toxic disaster.
Yeah.
Man, that's serious.
Yeah.
I was talking about like missing newspapers.
Yeah. Or murders.
Murders.
One of my favorite lines from that movie. There was a couple really good ones, but one of them is this girl who's just not even part of the team, but she just like lets them know about something happening. And she says, "Hey guys, there's something fishy down by the lake. I think it's fish." It's just so like she just does it so over the top and positive. Yeah, something smells fishy. And they're like, "Oh, that's great."
Oh man, I feel like there's at least a couple of articles where they talk about how insane the shoots for that was
Really?
because they seriously shot it, I think, in 2 or 3 weeks because they also had to work around Donald Glover's schedule for writing for 30 Rock. So
wow.
And playing in Magic Mike.
I would say around the same time he
XXL.
started doing
Yeah.
his stand-up too.
Yeah,
He started
yeah.
stand-up, yeah.
And so they seriously like were running on all cylinders, and basically like it sounds like a crazy process because they both had to shoot scenes without Donald Glover, and then when he was available on the weekends, like
Jeez.
drive him in because they shot somewhere outside of New York City, somewhere between
Yeah, like the burbs.
Philly, between Philly and New York, and then had to bring him in for the weekend, shoot as much as they could, and then like send him
Send him
back
back
out.
and then
yeah.
keep shooting anything else
Yeah,
they
yeah.
could.
He wasn't Childish Gambino at that point, right?
No, I think. I mean, he might have. I don't think he had released anything as Childish Gambino. At
I don't
that
think
point,
so. Yeah, because I think he
wasn't-
did all of his stand-up before Childish Gambino, and then
He was
because
on
that was like
Community.
right around when his stand-up just started going out. Because I remember he came to Arizona and I was like, oh, I hope he makes it.
Oh, where did you see him
Don
perform?
Glover.
I didn't see him perform,
Oh.
and I was upset that I missed him.
Oh, okay. Because I feel like there was one time that I saw that he was performing at ASU or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. Okay.
What's the show that you regret not seeing the most? Mine is
Oh god, this is a good one.
mine is I begged my parents to let me go and I didn't get to go. It was Stephen Lynch and Mitch
He was-
Hedberg
Oh wow.
Wow.
At the Tempe
at,
Improv,
at the Tempe Improv, and I didn't get to see him. My parents took me to go see George Carlin, which was awesome.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
You son of a bitch, man.
But
I saw Taylor Swift a couple years ago.
but they didn't let me go see them, and
Oh.
then Mitch Hedberg died like a few months later. So I think
Yeah.
It's your fault.
yep, it's all my fault.
My sister and I saw Stephen Lynch, I don't know when, but I swear he was hitting on my sister. And at that time, she was like 18, maybe 19. But it was awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Bo
That's-
Burnham. I had tickets to his show recently, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling well. I'm not going to go. I'm going to marry him one day.
Yeah.
And I didn't go.
Have you seen his new special on Netflix? Yeah, do you
It's
like it?
Oh, my God.
I like that he definitely just has his own way of doing his stand-up.
Yeah.
He makes it more of just a show instead of just like, all right, stand-up time.
Yeah. And he's 6'5".
Yeah, he's tall.
Wow, is he? I like.
Yeah.
So I've been meaning to watch the Bo Burnham specials. Haven't gotten around to it.
It's so good.
He's really
pretty good.
clever.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
No,
Do drugs when you watch it.
It'll help a lot.
I'm gonna right after this, I'm gonna go outside and be like, "Hey, does anybody want to sell me some drugs?"
But we're in Gilbert,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
probably not.
Oh, that's
got
not a
some-
Gilbert thing?
certain
We got some
parts.
Coca-Cola.
Oh.
Man, I like. There aren't a whole lot of shows that I've been like, oh damn. I mean, I miss shows all the time because there are just so many things going on. But Run the Jewels was in town a few years ago, or 2 years ago maybe, and they were at Crescent Ballroom.
Nice.
And
I
now,
love Crescent.
Yeah, I love Crescent too. And
That's
if
where we
you've
saw
been there,
Tig, right?
oh, that show was amazing.
Were you
Like,
at the?
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, wait, were you at the TIG
you
stand-up?
probably saw Tig Notaro stand up.
Yes,
Because I was there. That was
Okay.
great.
I wasn't there. We saw
What's
Professor Blastoff, her podcast when she was.
Oh,
Oh,
did you record that at Crescent?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Huh.
They didn't release that episode though ever.
Yeah, that one was one of them that they didn't release, which was weird because it was
Wow.
It was
hilarious.
a really good episode. Yeah.
Well, I saw the Tig Notaro show. Anwar Newton performed before her. He opened the show, and that was the first time I saw him, and he's doing great, amazing stuff. People should go to. Actually, their show is August 5th, which is this Friday, so this will
Oh,
be
man.
after this podcast.
Oh.
But the show.
So
that-
everyone
yeah.
here will have missed it. Sorry,
That's
guys.
okay. You can find. They do a show called "Literally the Worst Show Ever," and Anwar Newton and our friend Dan Thompson, who is also in Spearmint with
Yeah.
us. Yeah,
What a
Hey.
connection.
they
Oh.
produce it, and that show happens. It's not quite monthly. But it's a really great, amazing show that they put together. They mostly feature stand up, but they also do other comedy things.
That's
as part of
awesome.
it, Yeah.
Jaws is available for literally the worst show ever.
Yeah, Jaws. Maybe we'll show up and do a
Or if
gorilla
they do
Yes.
live
show.
podcast,
Yeah.
you know, we could
Yeah.
robot socket with
Ooh.
Jaws. Who
Hey.
knows?
Yeah.
Or we should just watch a scary movie and talk about it.
Mystery
Yeah.
science.
We should just
theater.
watch. We should just watch Jaws.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I mean, one of the scariest
Jaws
movies
on
ever
Jaws.
made. Still,
It's actually kind of a boring movie. Sorry.
I know. So
Yeah.
I have to confess, I've actually not seen all of Jaws.
wow,
Like,
too scared, too bored.
So when did Jaws come out? Like 79?
70, yeah,
79?
maybe even be earlier than that, but definitely in the 70s.
Yeah. Maybe 77.
Yeah.
And I just have never seen the whole thing. I've seen like the big scenes, and
I don't know if I've actually seen the whole thing either. I'm
It
not
was
positive.
it's I think it's voted like one of the scariest movies of all time. Like it,
Pussies.
I mean,
I'm not-
especially for
I'm
people
not-
who have a fear of sharks and just open water,
Yeah.
like I can understand.
I
But
get
at
it,
the
yeah.
time, it was supposed to be like a cinematic masterpiece, and people wouldn't go to the beaches for
Yeah.
like months after that.
I don't know if they still have it, but Universal Studios had the Jaws ride, and it smelled like rotting flesh.
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, I don't know if it was probably a psychological thing, or maybe they actually did that. It was intentional, but that's my contribution to
Did
this
it make it
conversation.
scarier?
No.
Oh.
It was just like,
Just
oh,
made
that's
you
a
want to
smell.
throw up.
Yeah.
I have seen Jaws 3D though.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
God, that's so
Ooh.
bad.
And I especially like as a kid, I had they had trading cards for Jaws 3D that featured photos and drawings in 3D, and you could get 3D glasses too.
What was that
Look at
movie
those.
you and I saw? The Ghost Shark?
Oh yeah,
At
yeah,
Film
yeah.
Bar?
At Film Bar.
Yeah.
Did we host or did we just go see it?
I think we kind of.
Is Film Bar where they show the room?
Yes.
Yeah.
see,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There you go. That's where
Yeah.
we got to go.
I've
see
been
the room.
I've been wanting to go to Film Bar.
Yes.
cool.
I've been there.
The filmbarphx.com. They
Oh.
have great movies all the time. Like
Yeah.
we're close to those folks.
From now on, if we ever need any promotion, we're just going to talk to Jose.
Just let me
He's
know.
good.
Yeah.
He is
the
good.
man.
But yeah, they have all sorts of I don't know, they have all sorts of really great movies, indie films and foreign films. It's just like
Just foreign stuff is
Yeah.
foreign.
Yeah.
stuff. Like
This tea is from India.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
They have the Switch sometimes.
the Switch comedy, which is we're just gonna plug other comedy
Yeah.
shows.
Just keep going.
The Switch is a show that Pauly Casillas produces, and he produces. He's a comic from Tucson, but he does a lot of traveling to Phoenix to perform up here, and he's put together the Switch, which is an improvised stand-up comedy show where
Oh,
basically
cool.
audience members can text in topics, and stand-up comedians and people pretending to be them, like myself, because Pauly's been nice enough to have me up. Will attempt to do stand-up based off of those suggestions.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds-
really cool.
I would love to do it, but it sounds little scary.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's pretty fun. I think the thing, like, I'm definitely not good as like just straight up stand up. Like there are people who are amazing at. Like I think Eric Baez is really great at the Switch. There are a lot of people. Like I'm gonna end up like
Plugging everybody.
Matt Stores, Hattie Jean Hayes, Genevieve Rice. Shit, I'm gonna
So, like, half
I'm
the
gonna
cast?
accidentally I'm gonna accidentally leave someone's name out, and then I'm gonna hear about it. Maybe Rob Maybe. Dan Thompson is really
Yeah.
good at doing improvised stand up. I mean, Dan Thompson is just a really good he's a really good all around comedic dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Allie Lightfoot, like she's amazing. She's
I've never seen, like, we talk on Facebook about makeup and murders and stuff. I've never seen
I think
her.
you would really like her. Like
Yeah?
she's really great. She's super funny, and I just really love her like comedic point of view.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun. We should try it, Brian.
Yeah.
I'll try
If
it.
you guys do
You
it, I'll do
try
it.
it.
Yeah.
I just took improv level 1. For
Yeah,
this
Ooh,
time,
Ooh,
so-
yay.
You know what? Just start at least going to the shows at first, and then
Yeah.
see if you'd be up for it. Maybe.
I mean, you got to
Or
think
at least-
everyone else is just making up their jokes on the spot too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because I've seen like really great comics. Oh, Michael Paul Cohen, because I'm now remember. I'm like, who's gonna? I'm not thinking.
Who's
of, like,
going to hate me the
be
Yeah.
most if I don't
mad if I
mention
don't
that?
mention
Matt
Yeah.
Micheletti,
Matt Micheletti? Yeah,
Eric Subcheck.
Justin
Yeah.
Kaczynski is also
Yeah.
been
Justin
there.
Kaczynski.
Little
man.
JJ.
Justin has killed there.
Many people.
Yeah, many people. Also,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
a murderer. But yeah, I've seen really, really great comics not do particularly well. And I've also seen them when like those same comics have like done really good like improvised sets. So it's just really interesting. I think it's a cool thing because it's obviously challenging.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's become like a really cool like Phoenix comedy community thing
Awesome.
too. I think.
We
Yeah,
should
that's-
practice right now,
Okay.
unless we don't have time.
We got a little bit of time.
Okay. How does it work?
Someone's
Basic.
got to tweet us in suggestions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Did you know that? So Donald Trump was in the movie Little Rascals, and
Is that true?
yes, just for like at the end,
Like
Little
just a little
Rascals?
bit. Yeah, he was in the audience at their
At the
kart race.
racing game?
Yeah.
Oh, he was the Macaulay Culkin lookalike's father, wasn't he?
Oh,
Well, that was in-
possibly
Macaulay
wait.
Culkin was also in a Macaulay Culkin movie, but the one who looks like
that
Macaulay
little
Culkin.
kid who was in Full House, the
he
singer
was like,
and dancer.
"Let's go, Dad." And he's like,
Yeah.
"You got it, son."
Yeah.
Oh wow! This is
Wow,
Yeah.
I remembered
See,
that.
if we can do this for the Switch as a group, that would be great. But I
Well,
couldn't think of
podcast.
anything. Yeah,
We'll just be a traveling podcast from
Yeah.
here on
that
out.
sounds good.
Well, I just saw someone posted a clip of him being interviewed by Ollie G because I had forgotten that was a thing that happened.
That's awesome.
And now I can't think of what the idea that Ollie G was like. I can't recreate his accent or whatever his voice is, but he basically is like, yeah, what the problem with ice cream is, and Donald Trump is like, yeah, it, like, it drips all over the place, and he's like, yeah, yes, and then he's like, something that would be good for that is like ice cream gloves, and he tries to basically
Sell him
on investing in ice cream gloves, and like Trump is just basically like, well, good luck with your thing.
Okay, well, yeah. See you later.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that was
go-
a much better Trump
That was
than
just a-
mine.
Oh no, I was gonna say something inappropriate. Never mind.
No,
say
that's
it.
it.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go have sex with my daughter.
Hey.
Hey, that was stupid.
We'll get into plug with that
Classic
one.
Trump.
Stupid.
That was, yeah. He was also recently circulating is a Japanese commercial that he is in, which I haven't seen, but I heard it's pretty bad.
Oh,
Not like, sleeping with his daughter bad, but like you just watch it and you're just like, oh, this is cringy.
he was in Home Alone too.
He was in Home Alone too. Kind of
Yeah.
same cameo, just like the rich
Yeah,
Trump. Hey, good job, kid.
yeah.
He was also
That's
part
the only
of-
thing you know how to say.
Good job. Hey.
I think he was at
job.
a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well.
he
He
played
was-
a big part for a while.
Yeah, he was
WrestleMania.
in like a whole story arc for a while. Like that should not be our president. But
Vince McMahon is a moron. I'm going to take this place over.
Someone
Someone hit him with a chair, didn't they? Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, like put
was
a chair
like-
to his head.
maybe I know him and Vince McMahon had like a rivalry or
I
something.
feel like he ended up shaving Vince McMahon's head.
that
or
sounds
something.
about right.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And then there was someone who spoke at the Republican National Convention, and the dude from UFC, Dana White, and they
Yeah.
were like, someone was like, I bet you he asked Vince McMahon to speak, and Vince McMahon said no or something, because that's how
I
Dana
bet.
White would have ended up there. Yeah.
It was really weird that Dana White was there in the first place.
didn't he just sell the
yeah.
thing for like billions of dollars?
$3 billion or something.
Wow.
Like that.
Yep.
That's probably why he was there.
For dudes fighting.
Yeah.
But also ladies fighting. 'cause
That's true.
That's
Yeah,
become
hey.
pretty big. Like I only know this because I follow wrestling, and Brock Lesnar getting back into UFC was
It's
a big deal.
And now
And
he's
then-
already banned again.
And now he's banned.
So quick.
And the main event, even though Brock Lesnar coming back was a big deal, the main event for that fight or for that event was the women's fight.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was.
It was
but-
the girl who beat Ronda Rousey, and she was fighting. I think it was her.
Yeah.
Someone else,
And
I
she
think
got beat.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
So now everyone's like, "Whoa, what?"
I like Machida
Yeah,
because he's beautiful.
Machida.
Machida, Leota.
Is he a
that's-
UFC fighter?
I think so. I don't know. There's this guy. Another random thing. So there's this video of Brock Lesnar burping, and it's amazing because he's like a massive He-Man, and he burps, and it's huge. And then there's this other guy, Clay Guida, and I guess I don't know if he's UFC or whatever, but he has like the most amazing burps, and I love that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
just funny burps.
yeah, you should check it out. I probably
Right.
posted both those on Facebook like 10 times the past month.
Same with like the Newsies.
I just can't imagine. I have not seen that video of,
Really?
of Brock Lesnar burping.
Oh, I'll send it to you. It's awesome.
But like I was like, I don't know if I was impressed. I was just like struck. Like at the end of this fight, the last UFC fight that he won, and then promptly got banned. 2 days later.
Yeah.
After the fight, like part of his like victory speech was like, yeah, coming from this white boy, like people of all races need to come
Yeah.
together. I know I was
Oh.
like blown away because I just assumed that he's a gigantic Aryan
Douche,
Hulk
yeah.
man. Like, yeah.
And he was also like, "Hey, and let's support our troops, man."
Yeah.
I'm from Canada, and it was like,
Aw.
"Oh yeah, you're Canadian."
Why
Well,
did
he
get
lives in
banned?
Canada,
He
but
lives
he
in
was
Canada.
born here, but
Oh,
lives
was
in
he?
Canada.
Did he get banned because he's from Canada?
Probably.
He got banned because
that's-
he was on drugs.
Yeah, he
Oh.
took performance enhancers.
Yeah.
Like
Come
for
on,
the
it's
fight.
like
He's
everyone
on
does that.
he's on the WWE though, so that's all that they do is just drug
Well,
up their muscles.
He's a part-time. He's like one of the people who have a special part-time contract, so
Yeah.
he's immune from like, those kind of things.
Ooh, I want a part-time contract.
Yeah, with the WWE, it'd
Yeah.
be pretty sweet.
They probably
Here comes the drunken kid. Just coming out. Hey, mister.
that would be my wrestling
The drunken kid.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
That was hilarious.
Favorite wrestler of all time? Mine would be the tag team Scotty 2 Hotty and Rafiki.
Wow,
Scotty too hottie.
That's
Yeah.
funny because
Rafiki.
that's
Rajiki is his name.
Oh,
but not
Rajiki.
Rafiki. I like calling him Rafiki.
We were fans of that, but mine's probably Stone Cold.
yeah.
I mean,
really? Not The Rock?
no, I hated The Rock. I used to call him the Pebble
Ooh,
back in the
no.
day.
Wow.
The pebble, why?
wow,
Does he look like
burn.
a pebble?
I love The Rock
Boulder.
now that he's an actor.
I love
I didn't
The
like
Rock.
him when he was a wrestler. I just
Oh.
He was a heel when he was a wrestler. Sometimes.
I guess there's no move better than the stunner. Like it doesn't do anything to you, but I love the way it looks. Like
What is the stunner? It's
the Stone
like
Cold
the
stunner,
shocker?
you like kick him in the stomach, and then you like put their like chin on your shoulder, and you like sit down.
Yeah.
basically.
Didn't Mankind
Oh.
have Mr. Sacco?
Well,
And he would just
Mankind
put it-
is. I
He
mean,
would just put it in
bring
your
him
mouth
up,
and you would
though.
just pass out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
I
Scotty Two
missed out.
Hotties he did the worm.
Yeah, he did the
And then
worm,
he would
and he
just do
did
like a
little
chop across your
Yeah.
chest. And they're like, it's devastating.
Oh man, he was so cool, man. I just remember watching Scotty Hottie and just being like, "This guy's the coolest guy ever." And Rajiki, just that big man, he'd
Oh,
throw
yeah,
you up against
it was
the corner and just put
the
his
stink butt. I think that's what they
Yeah.
called it.
Stink butt?
Yeah, that he would literally just like
He wore
rub
like
his
a-
butt in your face.
You were like a sumo wrestler's thong, and he would just put you in the corner. And
Oh.
just boom, 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 boom,
Oh,
boom,
that's
boom.
awesome. Disgusting.
I loved it.
I think my favorite old school wrestler is probably Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, I mean,
Like,
he,
he's
I mean, that might be everyone's
amazing, yeah.
favorite wrestler ever.
Ultimate Warrior was not like a great wrestler, but he was a great character and
Yeah.
great performer. And like now, like there's so many great performers. I'm gonna just Kevin Owens is great.
There
Sami
he goes
Zayn.
again.
I-
Just
but one of my,
can't
one of
not
my
promote
yeah, I
everybody.
know. One of my favorite, my legit top current favorite is probably Bailey though, because she's amazing, great performer, and it's exciting to watch her perform. So
Nice.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll say number one, Hulk Hogan, because he's the only
Yeah.
one I know.
right.
And because of Santa with muscles.
yeah, Santa
Great
with muscles.
movie.
Have you seen that movie?
I
Great
have seen that
movie.
movie. He was also in.
Like a
He, no,
babysitter?
I would say he wasn't. I thought he was in a Karate Kids movie, but
Oh.
that might be
He was
wrong.
Sidekicks. Oh
Yeah.
wait, was he in Sidekicks? No. Sidekicks
No, he
is-
wasn't in Sidekicks.
Was
That was
something
Chuck
different.
Norris.
He was in something where I think he was the bad guy in it,
Yeah.
and he was like chasing kids, and it was like, "Oh no, run!"
Jason
But-
Kidd.
Jason Kidd. All right, so it's time for plugs. What do you got?
Butt plugs. I'm such a
All
child.
right.
Such a child.
You're a drunken child.
goes the
drunken child.
There's a fucking child.
Shouldn't know about butt plugs.
I shouldn't.
You're a drunken child.
I'm a 12-year-old child. I mean, clearly there's a reason why
And
I'm a drunk
detective.
child. Yeah.
And a detective.
Detective. Fuck yeah. I don't know what to plug. I don't know what's on my
Aren't you in?
schedule.
Aren't you in an improv group?
I'm in a few of them, but I don't know when my shows are.
I mean, you maybe should mention
Just like
them.
Okay,
where
so-
you might be performing
Okay.
sometimes.
I perform often.
Jose's
most of
sitting
the
here
time.
like, I got so much.
He's
Well,
got
just
Jose
do it.
knows my whole schedule. I perform at the Torch Theater with Jose. I'm on a SPEAM, a team called Spearmint, Jaws, Nilla Wafer, something else, and something else. Perform a lot. I don't know when, but just come out and be like, "Hey, I want to see Dana. Can I get a ticket?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, sure." That's all. And then I'm attempting to do stand up, though I read off index cards because I don't like memorizing things. So that's it.
Where are you going to be doing stand up?
Nowhere yet. I did it a few weeks ago at Space 55.
Nice.
And
You should do the open mic nights at Improv Mania.
that's what I want to do.
I did it. It's a very supportive crowd.
Yeah, it's a big crowd.
Yeah, the last one we had, I think 20 to 25 performers, and then another like 20. And usually people stay and watch, which is nice because
Yeah.
most places are like, right, I did my set, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was like 50 people there. It was
And
fun.
you can
Wow.
say inappropriate
Anything
stuff.
you want.
For
Oh.
some reason, every time I
Butt
go there, I have to ask
plugs,
that.
Yeah,
Okay,
all sorts of stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
Plug
Butt
it.
plugs, nostril plugs,
Yeah.
ear plugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the torchtheater.com
Yeah.
has a lot of info. I perform with Spearmint. Also perform with Galapagos, which is probably my longest running group that I've been a part of.
How many years?
Geez, since 2004. So yeah, so 12 years now.
Jeez.
And
Same cast of people too?
primarily it's like just whittles down.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there are technically 5 of us, but one of us just finished our master's degree. I say ours because it's a team effort.
Yeah.
Our master's. So technically, we all have a
You have a
master's
master's
degree in
degree. Good job.
education.
Is it
and-
Arturo?
No. Although
just got his
Arturo
also,
just
yeah.
got his as well. So lots of highly educated people.
Which they say improv has the most educated people.
That's we have some of the most educated people.
Yeah.
Some people say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I'm
best.
definitely one of them. Not.
And I perform in the neighborhood pretty much weekly, which is every Saturday at 9:00. We have special guests who tell their real life stories, and then we improvise inspired by those stories.
Cool.
That's always a fun show. Let's see, and then Ghost Fest is our 32-hour improv marathon, which will be October 21st through the 22nd. It's the vaguely Halloween themed improv marathon. So that's always a good fun time.
It's nonstop improv.
Nonstop improv all around
What if
the
I
clock.
have to go to the bathroom?
There is a bathroom.
Yeah.
You can
You can go on stage.
Yeah, you can go on stage.
It's okay.
Whatever.
It's not like one group that whole entire time.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of groups just filling the time of the
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah, I have some friends there's some friends have this theater called Hideout Theater in Austin, Texas, and they do like a 45-hour straight 45 hours of improv straight, and they have like a main core cast that does all of them. And they started out, I feel like they started out like with 40 hours, and like each year they keep adding an hour.
Oh,
and I'm like,
I thought you were going to say
God.
subtracting.
yeah, no, at some point there's just like going to be very deadly because
I
it's
feel like-
not a good
I feel like
idea.
Yeah.
part of my improv would just be sleeping for
Yeah.
6 hours in the middle of it.
I've done between Ghost Fest and Del Close Marathon in New York, I've done like late night improv, and sometimes you're just like, I'm on stage and I'm just doing stuff and I
Yeah.
have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
I get loopy when I'm
Now,
really tired.
I would
Yeah.
imagine that would be when the most silly things happen.
Yeah,
or when you just think the most silly things happen, and people are watching, going like, "What's happening?"
Yeah.
And you're just like, "Eek."
yeah, the 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. block of shows at during Ghost Fest on Saturday morning is pretty fun and loopy and silly. So.
And Jose's wife, Nina,
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but I guess every year she does something called Bjorkfest.
Bjorkfest,
Wow.
which is Bjork plus breakfast.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, we have breakfast. Oh, shout out to Fifth Avenue Cafe
Oh.
in Central Phoenix.
So many shout outs.
Yeah, they've been kind, and they're friends of the theaters and have provided breakfast for past Bjorkfest performances.
Awesome.
And Bjork shows up, and people serve themselves breakfast, and we all hang out for that time, having breakfast with Bjork.
That's so.
Is it oh so quiet?
Oh.
That's the one song of hers.
Yeah,
I
me
know.
too.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
That
very
and the one where
Broadway.
she scrapes her like feet on the ice. I know she has one of those. That's it.
Oh, I thought that was every song.
You should start a podcast just dedicated to shout out. It should be called Shout Out To.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
you can just. It doesn't have to be a long one, but just shout
Yeah.
out people.
Yeah.
Shout out to my new shoes. I
Shout
love
out.
them. They get me where I need to go.
What do you
Yeah.
want to shout out to?
Shout out to those gophers at the Phoenix Zoo. 'Cause
Yeah.
they have
Oh.
gophers, right?
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
great gophers.
Yeah.
Shout out to the owls that show up in my yard late at night, and thank you for not carrying my dogs away.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to the stingrays at the aquarium in New Orleans, because that's my favorite thing to go do in New Orleans. Besides
Oh.
meet people and hang
They have
out.
stingrays at the Phoenix Zoo now.
Do they?
Yeah, the little one where you can pet them.
I did go like when they first opened that thing, and I was not as satisfied with the petting stingrays exhibit
understand.
as I was with the New Orleans. The New Orleans stingrays were way more friendly.
Well,
Yeah, they're
shout out to
satisfying.
the dolphins being transported to Scottsdale.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shout
Shout
out.
out.
Shout out to the protesters with their awesome signs saying, fuck you guys and your dolphins.
Wow. I hope that is a sign that
Yeah.
they have, like just a big long
Fuck. Not,
unwieldy sign.
Shout out to SeaWorld for kind of listening.
yeah. Shout out to Blackfish.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
making a
Yeah,
difference.
shout out to
Yeah.
Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Fed Up.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Sugar.
Shout out to healthy eating.
yeah.
Shout out to
but also shout out to Sugar because it's kind of tasty.
Yeah.
It is pretty tasty.
Yeah. Shout out to
Yeah.
the pizza we had earlier.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
a lot of
Yeah.
sugar.
Shout out to Snake Island because I just read about that last night. It's an island where it's only snakes and there's
snakes,
like
yeah.
5 of them per cubic meter. Just had to share that.
Only scientists
it-
are allowed to go there to
Yep.
visit.
Wow.
One, because it's so dangerous, but two, because they don't want to change the habitat.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I just heard the secret about who's really behind Snake Island.
What?
Whoa.
Tell us.
My dad told me that it was Newsies.
Oh! Well,
Holy
guys,
connections.
shout
That's
out to the Ice Bucket Challenge for also. They actually found the link to ASL, and they think they can cure about 10% of ALS. I said it. Yeah. ASL is sign language, American Sign Language.
They found there's
They
a link
found a link
between-
to the American Sign Language. Yeah,
Oh,
they
I thought you were talking about an internet link. I got it. I got it. I got it.
No, they actually found a link to what's causing ALS in about 10% of the ALS people, and they think they know how to cure it now.
Yeah, and then the
Whoa.
funding from the
Ice
Ice
Bucket
Bucket
Challenge.
Challenge directly
Yep.
went into all of that research.
$220 million dollars.
So people
was,
actually did something.
$220
which is
million
crazy.
dollars was raised. $1 million was donated to that, and they figured the other money. Who knows?
Really?
Yeah,
That's how charity works.
yeah.
That's so
About-
neat.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are the torch, man. You gotta start doing some shady stuff.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're gonna do the fire eating challenge.
Yeah. Hey, we already kind of do shady stuff. I mean, we are underneath a massage parlor.
Wow. Is that what it's up there?
And I
the
found-
massage parlors. Oh God.
Yeah, I found sorry. I know
Shout out to
you're
the
like-
massage parlor.
Yeah. Shout out to a website called, I don't remember the name, but it gives reviews. I'm very loud. It gives reviews on all the naughty massage parlors in Phoenix, and it says exactly what they do, what services they offer, and then there are comments. I need to find it.
It's like Yelp
amazing.
for massage parlors.
Yeah.
And the naughty things they
The
do.
not-
Yeah.
Well, for
How-
the ones that are not.
How do
Like-
like cops not just go online like, hey, we should check this place out? It's like,
It's I
I
don't
think
know.
it's just like low priority.
yeah,
for the most
probably. Yeah.
part.
It's like give them the $5 handies.
Yeah.
over there.
Handies.
Shout out to Robot Sidekick on YouTube.com.
Ooh.
Shout out to Robot Sidekick on SoundCloud.com.
Shout out to Robot Sidekick on iTunes and Facebook. You should go like and subscribe all those and give us stars of 5.
Shout out to the name Robot Sidekick because it sounds like Robot Psychic, and that's cool.
We talked about that. That was also an option.
Yeah.
And yeah, shout out to you guys for being such good friends.
Yeah, big shout out.
Oh, thanks.
Big
Thank you for having us.
It was tons of fun. I
Shout
hope
out
you-
to fist. No,
Fist-
it's not
fist-
fist
fist-
bump.
fist-
It's
fist-
testing.
Fisting.
Fist
Fisting,
testing.
Yeah.
chesting.
Shout out to fisting.
Yeah.
And shout out to the name JC because it reminds me of JC Chazé from NSYNC,
Hey.
which is great.
Shout out to Brian's grandpa Jaji because he thinks JC sounds like Jesus Christ.
Shout out to my Jaji as well, but you better get him the
Winning lottery numbers.
lottery
Yep, I hear
numbers.
that every
Oh.
time I see him.
Oh, why do you?
I hear it
again?
every time I see him too. So
Why lottery numbers?
Because Jesus Christ
Jesus
knows
could-
the winning
he
lottery
gives you
Oh,
numbers.
okay.
yeah.
Shout out to everyone in this, including the dog. What's his name? Big guy.
Big guy.
Yeah,
Shout out
Big
to
Guy.
Big Guy.
Shout out to
Goddamn.
Big
Shout
Guy.
out to everyone, one and all.
No. Should all acquaintance. All right, bye everyone.
Bye.
See you next time. Fun to bye.